My name is Wayne Parker. I own and operate and own Good Day Fishing, GDF, people refer to it as. I hope that you're familiar with our product and use it, and if you do, thank you very much. Today I want to talk about the tubing a little bit that we have to offer. It's a latex tubing. It's very good. Tubing comes in two different sizes currently, 16th inch and 8th inch, and I'm talking about ID, not OD. It comes in chartreuse, red, green, pink, purple, blue, and they're all fluorescent colors with the exception of the purple and blue, but the main ones that are used is a fluorescent color. Okay, now this tubing is, like I say, latex, very flexible. Works really well in manufacturing and making fishing lures, whatever they are. Now, one thing that I want to bring to your attention that goes along with the tubing is an assembly lube. This assembly lube makes the job of working with the tubing much easier, and I'll demonstrate how easy it is by using the assembly lube. First of all, you take a little assembly lube and you can just put a little bit on the table. Now when you get this assembly lube, don't cut the top off. Take it and puncture a paper clip or something into the top of it, because if you cut the top off, it puts out too much. And actually with this assembly lube, it works so well that a little bit goes a long way. And while using this, if you have to keep cleaning your hands, you're generally using too much of it. Remember, a little bit goes a long ways, and when you get used to using it, you'll realize. So anyway, put a little bit on the table. For example, let me show you how easy and how much easier it is to work with this tubing. Before we come up with the gel, we use different things, soap, spit, if you pardon that term, whatever we could use to get the tubing over the beads. Well, you just take and put, like I say, put a little assembly lube on the table, whatever. Just dip your tubing in it, and you go over whatever you're building or whatever, and it just goes right on. In fact, it'll go right on over and on out. Now that's over a number 6 bead. You can also go over an 8 bead if you work with a little bit. Now this assembly lube dries and falls off, and once you do that, once it dries, say for overnight or for a few hours, you can't get that bead out of there. It's stuck. You gotta, the only way you're gonna get that bead out of there is cut the tubing. So if you make your own spinners or whatever you use tubing for, if you want to install the tubing, make sure and get some assembly lube. Another thing this assembly lube works really well is for tying your own knots. And most of you know about pulling down the mono. You got to be really careful about pulling it down, because it creates heat, chatters, and weakens the line. So if you just take a little bit, just put it between your fingers, when you pull that down, that'll pull down much tighter, no heat, no chatter, and it really works good for knot tying. The tubing comes, like I said, in different colors. We also have multi-pack that has all 5 colors in it, in 1/8 inch ID, 3/16 OD, 1/8 inch OD, and 1/16 inch ID for the smaller stuff like kokanee or small trout lures. So if you build your own spinners, these are excellent tubing that we offer, and along with the tubing, make sure you get your assembly lube. It goes a long ways. Thank you for fishing GDF.